Jumpstart Experience. Coming to you live. It is 1:37 in the afternoon. All right, so it's a lazy Saturday afternoon. I have to be honest, I haven't done most of my routine for today, so I woke up late because I had trouble sleeping. Well, not really trouble sleeping. I've been watching a lot of random videos from YouTube. All right, so I've been binge watching YouTube last night. So because it's a weekend, but at any rate, I just want to keep the commitment of doing this random learning point series on a daily basis. So I've done some upgrades to the live broadcasts. Well, this is something I've done in years past, but I lost my tablet. I'm still having some trouble figuring out the screen share from my phone. But yeah, so at least right now we have some sort of PowerPoint here. So today's topic is about living and serving from the shadows. All right. So as you can see, well, as most of you know, and if you have been following me for a bit in social media, I'm a big anime fan, and I watch a lot of Naruto reruns, all right, and even the Boruto sequel series now, all right. I've been watching that. So and ever since when I was a kid, I've been fascinated with the ninja myth, all right, the warriors from the shadow, right? So I've been watching a lot of that shit for the past few years of my life. I call it uh you might call it childish, but that's what I really want. At least that's what I'm interested in, and that part of it got me into doing martial arts. But at any rate, all right, so that's something I want to talk about: living and serving from the shadows. When I say living and serving from the shadows, you're always on the background, all right. So what does this mean? All right, so let's try to break it down. um it's an act of humility. All right, why is it an act of humility? Because there are no recognitions, no praises, and nobody notices. All right, so as most of you know, all right, ninjas, they live in the dark, all right? They don't reveal themselves. They don't fight wars outright like the samurai or something. Um, in modern times, you have undercover agents, all right? You have the CIA, you have the different agencies in the world, okay? And what what these people do, they don't fight like frontline battles. They fight from the background where nobody sees them, all right? They do a lot of dirty work, all right? I'm not saying I'm justifying the dirty work that they're doing, but hey Chuck, thank you for watching. But they do a lot of dirty work for a cause bigger than themselves. And whenever they do something, all right, nobody recognizes it because it's all covert, all right? It's all secret. Nobody can know it, right? There's no recognition, no praises, and nobody notices. So it's a total act of humility, all right? And that is something that we need to be able to imbibe nowadays. All right, a spirit of humility is definitely something that we need, that everybody needs, because what happens nowadays is that a lot of people wants their voices to be heard. A lot of people wants to be seen. All right, they try to raise their voice as loud as they can so they can be heard. All right, but the truth of the matter is, what needs to happen now is for goodness to overflow out of humility. All right, for love, for care, for sharing to overflow out of humility, even if nobody sees you doing it, even if nobody actually recognizes you for doing it, nobody praises you for doing it. That is something that we desperately need, that everybody, that this world needs, because everyone wants to get attention, all right? Everyone wants the praise of everybody else. I have to admit, that's also a sickness of mine, and this is a lesson that I should also be using, the act of humility, all right? Second, it's an act of giving, all right? You give it all, look for things that you don't have and give as well, all right? You give it everything that you've got, all right? Because you know for a fact that your your time is limited. Your time in this world is limited, all right? You only have so much time. You can only do so much in so little time. So you don't hold back. You give it everything you've got, because you'll never know what will happen next, right? So you give it everything you've got. And people always say that you cannot give what you don't have. So if you don't have it, you look for it and you give it as well. living and serving from the shadows means it's an act of total giving. All right. Obviously, you save some for yourself. All right. You have to be able to do that, but you give unwillingly. That's the whole point. All right. And that's something that we need as well nowadays, because a lot of people usually give because they want something in return. All right. Or they give something because, well, yeah, basically because they want something in return. It could be recognition, it could be a return favor or whatnot. All right. We need to be able to give willingly. That's something the world direly desires or direly needs nowadays. And number three, all right, for you to be able to do number one and two, you have to be very strong. All right, that is true. All right. I have to admit I'm not that strong of a person, because I still have the need to be recognized and all that. I still that so I still live short of these principles. But for you to be able to live and serve in the shadows fully, you need to be very strong. You need to be strong in a way that you don't need anyone's recognition, you don't need anyone's attention. Obviously, and it is actually okay for you if nobody gives you anything, if nobody gives you shit, right? You need to be very strong to be able to do that. Okay, and not a lot of people can do this fully. All right, a lot of people go without really being noticed, but they live fulfilled lives because they're able to they live humble lives, and they're able to give fully to others. All right, so I really hope that I got a lot out of this short live broadcast. If you like this video, please go and click on the like button right below. Please click on the share button so you can share it to your friends and your loved ones. So once again, my name is RJ Rivera, and this is the R Jumpstart Experience, coming to you live. Thank you. Have a good day.